Spain won the World Cup. Harry Kane didn't even reach the final. Yet hours after the trophy was lifted, the betting markets did something completely unexpected. They made Kane the favorite to win football's biggest individual prize. Before the final match kicked off, Lionel Messi was the undisputed frontrunner, sitting comfortably at plus 100 odds to take home the 2026 Ballon d'Or. This line graph maps the betting odds before and after the final whistle. Despite an agonizing runner-up finish for Argentina, Messi's odds plummeted to plus 400. At that same moment, Kane's odds surged from plus 600 to plus 200. Kane's trajectory moved upward even though he was eliminated in the semifinal and managed 0 goals from the round of 16 onward. Why would losing in the semifinals help a player's case more than reaching the final? The Ballon d'Or operates as a reactive market, driven by electoral variables that exist entirely off the pitch. Because a global pool of journalists decides the winner, the ceremony functions more like a high-stakes election than a pure athletic contest. For Spain, dominating the tournament created a structural disadvantage. Instead of producing a single, undeniable hero, they produced two. Lamine Yamal emerged as a teenage sensation, drawing historical comparisons to Pelé and Maradona throughout the summer. Simultaneously, Rodri served as the veteran midfield anchor for Manchester City, having already proven he has the pedigree to win this award. This chart represents the total voting pool. Because both Spanish stars have compelling cases, the pro-Spain voting bloc must split. That divide leaves both players short of the total support required to win. In a first-past-the-post voting system, an overabundance of talent on one roster effectively guarantees defeat if the base cannot consolidate behind a single name. Harry Kane faces no such internal competition. English voters have no secondary superstar pulling support away from their captain. Beyond the tournament narrative, Kane carries a massive statistical baseline into the vote, having scored 61 goals for Bayern Munich during the 2025-26 club season. When we visualize the voting blocks, Kane's consolidated support towers over the fractured Spanish vote. His combined club and country base remains intact. Winning doesn't require a majority of the global vote. Kane only needs a slightly larger plurality than either of Spain's broken halves. Kane's status as the betting favorite is the direct mathematical result of this electoral vote splitting. While odds makers trust the electoral math, they recognize that betting algorithms have a blind spot. They cannot quantify human emotion. Lionel Messi left the stadium in tears. He accepted a runners-up medal while receiving a standing ovation for what is widely believed to be the final World Cup match of his career. This risk assessment breakdown shows how odds makers are attempting to price that moment into the market. Analysts have siphoned off as much as 20% of Kane's win probability to account for a hidden sentiment penalty. Voters are susceptible to nostalgia and narrative bias. They often prioritize a storybook ending for a legend over raw statistical logic. With the ceremony scheduled for October 26th in London, the numbers and the sentiment have months to shift again.